Hi! Have you ever felt like you moved mountains just to get to your son's basketball practice? Just to feel as if he doesn't even notice that you're there? You feel guilty if you don't go, but you feel undervalued when you do make the time. It's just a lose-lose situation. So, how do we guarantee that we're investing our parenting time and energy in the best ways as we manage work and home, especially as our children mature and change? It all starts with two questions. First, we need to define your parental contributions and passions. Instead of feeling undervalued or guilty about the time you spend or don't spend with your children, you can prioritize your parenting time and energy in advance. I suggested my friend a strategy I employ with leaders at work, prioritizing based on contribution and enthusiasm. To do so, consider one of your children and respond to the following questions. First, contribution. Which of my actions, duties, or sort of help do my children value the most right now? You need to answer separately for every child you have. Second, passion. As a parent, what activities, projects, or sort of assistance provide me the greatest drive, inspiration, or energy? Then we can use the quadrants to find where we are. First, Quadrant 1. In this quadrant, we talk about significant contribution or strong enthusiasm. This is where we prioritize activities where contribution to your child and your passion match. This is the sweet spot of parenting time, as these activities both benefit your child and provide you a burst of energy. For example, my son and I have similar interests in technology. We like going runs together or studying subjects that he was interested in. These are the activities that actually bring me and my child together. So I should prioritize this. Quadrant 2. This is where the strong contribution and the weak passion. This is where we should manage the energy impact or ask for help or delegate whenever possible. These activities in Quadrant 2 might be challenging since our children will have requirements that will sap our energy. The solution is not to stop performing things, but to reduce the energy effect or to locate resources that can assist. For example, my wife noticed that she was fatigued after teaching my son history for a few minutes. But Dad, I didn't really mind doing it. So we contrasted our contributions and passions, looking for areas where my Quadrant 2 correspond to my wife's Quadrant 1 and vice versa. This can be much easier if you have a nanny or caretaker. Okay, now Quadrant 3, low contribution and high zeal. This is where we should de-emphasize activities that may be outdated and are no longer relevant or of high value to your child. Our children's interests and demands are always shifting. Quadrant 3 is a particular danger zone for parents since we frequently find ourselves connecting with our children around hobbies or interests that we enjoy, but that our children do not. I remember when I was a kid, I loved to be picked up by my mom. But when I grew to secondary, I was embarrassed to be picked up by my mom because my friends mostly go home on their own. So we as parents may need to realize that children can have different minds when they grow. Quadrant 4. Low contribution or low enthusiasm. When things are hectic or you strive to complete everything, you may find yourself engaged on autopilot in tasks that neither offer value nor inspire you. This may result in frustrating times such as attending basketball practice. Some people are accustomed to attending their children's practice despite the fact that this provided little value or just no energy for either of them. If you ever find yourself in Quadrant 4, it is essential to quit doing things that are no longer meaningful to you or your child in order to reclaim valuable time. Learning the quadrants is just the beginning. If you don't have a strategy for putting your insights into action, your good intentions to spend quality time with your children will get lost in the shuffle of your lengthy list to dos. So here are the actionable advice. First, use your calendar to block out time for Quadrant 1 tasks. Second, color code. Color coding your calendar can help you gain a more comprehensive understanding of how you spend your time. Third, maintain an active dialogue. Back to attending basketball practice, perhaps we could talk to our children to come to pick them up later. So we could concentrate on our work first. The time spent in the car after practice can actually be a great time as parent and child could converse and catch up on one-on-one on each other's days with minimal interruptions. And for me, sometimes I find teaching my older son for math can be so exhausting, as maths is not my forte. So after talking about this with my son, he also agreed that I wasn't a good teacher in math. So what we agreed on was when it comes to English, I would still teach him, as he thought I taught him better than his teachers at school. So, however, when it comes to subjects such as math or history, he'd rather learn from YouTube. Otherwise, he'll just study from a math tutor or school tutor. Thanks to our discussion, we prevent each other from burning out. I don't have to be frustrated teaching my son math or history and thinking that I have sacrificed my time, preparation time for teaching English for little or no result. And my son would not get frustrated either because he did not really have to endure my poor teaching. So this is when we could actually do things that we both like and contribute to our development, which is making videos. So anyway, my aim for myself and other working parents is that the methods suggested that I read from books will help us discover new confidence in how we spend our time and relieve guilt about letting go of those things we simply don't have time to complete. These modifications can boost our job satisfaction and help us retain meaningful ties with our children as they grow older. Thanks for listening, and to ensure that you don't miss out on future episodes, please subscribe. Bye!